Wow, look at you in your board meeting.
All right, perfect. There you go. You can tell by the dress sense the difference between us two.
Is because when I'm around you, we leave an impact on people. What do you have to say to that?
I mean, what can I say other than I agree? Like, just
Yeah,
the whole sociable aspect. It's like one of the best things in the world. You get to just impromptu talk to people and start a conversation about something you can relate to. Like how can you refuse that, right?
I'm totally with you there, man. So let's dive right in. Look, so there's a bunch of houses here, right? When we're talking about crypto, I don't think it's been done yet. You can't really go to a bank and give them like 1,000 NFTs or 1,000 tokens. Maybe you can cash it out, but especially not now and buy a house, buy a car, something like that, right? So why don't you enlighten us? What exactly happened recently with FTX
So
and buying?
with FTX, wow, what what an interesting way to start it off. Yeah, so FTX, as a lot of people know, centralized exchange. That's going to be a keyword that we're going to use a lot in this interview. Centralized. Essentially, they got outed out for being insolvent, meaning that they were actually faking the amount of funds that they have and saying that they were profitable, when in reality they were just basically creating their own money. Um, then
Yeah,
CZ came out, the owner and co-founder of Binance, and basically said, "You guys are lying. We're gonna dump our FTX holdings because these guys are liars." Obviously, SBF, what's called the founder of FTX, went publicly on Twitter and started tweet about this. We're like, "No, we're all good, man. We're all good." And then next day filed for bankruptcy, which was really funny to me. Um,
last
and
Friday that happened.
yeah, exactly. Like it was really recent. And it's funny that like you bring it up. I think the trend that we see is, I think there's more positive to be taken here than negative. I think, yes, negative is always
Really?
that. Yes. And
Okay.
see, this is what I mean.
Well,
Controversial,
would you
right?
say you're biased in saying that because you're the crypto association? What are you exactly? What's your position?
Yeah. So I guess my main title is I'm the president for UNSW Crypto Society.
Are you the
Um,
president?
yes, the
Another
president. Look,
Indian bites the dust.
oh, mate, look, you know what I'm saying? I might not sound like my accent, but yes. But like the reason I'm biased is like negative, obviously I get it, right? Like people lost their money. Like obviously that's a huge thing. A lot of people put their life savings, they trusted a centralized exchange. But I think going forward, the vision is that it's still crypto based, because now it's about custody, right? When you're on a centralized exchange, it still means that, your what's it called, information is given to like tax office, or they can still review it, and it's not entirely like trustless or permissionless. So it means like they can still view what you're doing, they can freeze your account, they can do whatever they like basically, and that's not any different than any other trading platform like Commonwealth Securities or whatever it is. So
Right.
that differentiation comes what from decentralized exchanges. So ones where you can have custody of your own funds, meaning like you are entirely accountable and like responsible for your funds and in control of them. Anything that does happen is entirely and solely your responsibility. With centralized exchanges, obviously, since your funds are held on that platform, there's hacks. Like so many things happen. Like FTX, they got hacked for like 600 million after they filed for bankruptcy. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Was
Yeah.
was there even 600 million there to be hacked?
That's probably all they had, if I'm being honest with you. Like it's just like, oh yeah, we have 16 billion. No, sorry, that's an extra zero that we put there. But yeah, man, it's just crazy. But yeah, the reason I say
I'm
positive,
confused. I'm
you always
confused about the whole centralized, decentralized thing
yeah,
because we do these things for Pitch Media and Philip Capital, Finance and decentralized. It means it's not in the typical realm of like banks and that kind of thing, right?
yeah.
But you're saying it is centralized. How is it centralized? Because it was linked to a bank?
No, so yeah, so basically I think the biggest reason it was centralized is, this is like pretty imbalanced, but SBF, so like the founder of FTX, he was really in control with the regulation. So he pushed for a lot of regulation when it came to like,
Yeah.
be crypto friendly and like blockchain friendly FTX. I know he had like his political sort of affiliations, but I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to disappear tomorrow. But you know, but yeah, like
He
I
was.
think
Let's talk. It's okay. Nothing's gonna happen. What are the affiliations? He was friends with like some presidents or something. I read.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
look, my knowledge on this is kind of spliffy.
Limited.
The only thing that I do know is that like I think he was well affiliated with Democrats. That's literally all I know.
Okay.
Like that's
Yeah,
all I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But like,
So, okay, let's bring it back. That's how much money there is in crypto, right? But my concern is how you're 19, you're still in university, and people are now going to go. I mean, there's so many ads. There's all these like videos that are like, oh, still invest in crypto. I was talking to somebody else the other day, and he was like, in 10 years, what's going to happen? Or maybe 5 years, this is the crypto winter, sorry. Um, people are the the value of crypto is going to go back up. Is this advice that you second? I mean, the dog
um,
does, but you.
yeah, yeah. The dog is going crazy. Yeah, I got that dog with me, man. But
we need to make we need to make Dogecoin with that sound. There you go. Boom.
oh, there you go. Boom. Utility right there. You just
There
solved
you go.
every crypto thing ever. But
Boom.
yeah,
Every
look, man.
Dogecoin ever. Elon Musk is proud of me.
Oh yeah, he's gonna tweet you right now and hide from Twitter. Oh, they
There you
media
go.
host for Twitter. They no, okay. But
Yeah, is it safe? Because one of the reasons I really took to you. There's another dog. Would you like to see the dog?
yes, please. I would love to see the dog.
This is the dog.
Aw.
Can you see the
Yeah, see
dog?
now
It's a great dog. Very cute dog. Okay.
that's my yes, yes.
This is a very, very interesting interview, is it not? It's just like a walk
Yes.
around with people. I was like, let's stick
Literally.
to the format here. So how is it safe, man? Because this whole crypto thing, let's define it. What is crypto? How'd you get into it? What was your first? I'm interested in the origin story.
Yeah, sure. So I've been in the space for almost 2 years now. End of 2020. That's when I ended up finishing a high school. And then here in Australia, we have a thing called like HSC. Just doing this for like
Yeah.
audience. I know that you know this, but yeah, finished those exams. And yeah, afterwards I had like 4 or 5 months holidays. I'm like, I should do something, eh? And at that time, my cousin worked for Consensus. Like he was like pretty big Ethereum head, and he was like, "You should look into it." I'm like, "Okay." So I read, I did my stuff, I did my research. I'm like, "Wow!" Like a month in, I'm like, I'm convinced. Like I'm pretty happy to like go on this path now. So yeah, I just started investing. I had like a reserve emergency fund from when I used to work in McDonald's back in like 2016. I was like, yeah,
Right.
I'll just play around with it. I'll just invest, and I ended up doing pretty well. Yeah, so that happened end of 2020. And then around maybe I'd say March, April 2021 is when I got into NFTs. It's funny because like the first time I heard about them was one of my peers sitting next to me in uni class, and he just had these things on, like he's sleeping and he's like, and he just had his laptop on, and he's like, and there were like these things called crypto kitties. I'm like, I'm so confused. I'm like, why is this guy? I don't get it. Like, why is he looking at kitties? It's so weird. I'm like, yeah. And I wake up. I'm like, yo,
Right.
what is that, man? And he's like, yo, it's like these NFTs, and like you can breed them and you can like sell them and make money from it and stuff. I'm like, okay, so tell me more about it. Then he explained it to me, and he was like, this is a thing called OpenSea where you can like buy all this stuff. I'm like, ah. So at that
Right.
point onwards, I was like just hooked. I started like investing, and like I got in at like a decently early time. Then obviously projects went up. Most of them were scam, as you know. And then
Yeah.
yeah, and then made good money from that. Then I started to get a little bit more technical. I'd say mid to end of last year. Started learning about DeFi
Okay.
and like actual like proper stuff. And then yeah, this year has just
What
been
is that? What is that exactly?
like technical stuff
What
like DeFi.
Yeah, what does that mean?
DeFi is in decentralized finance. So
Right.
so
Okay.
so on the topic how we were on centralized exchanges. So basically
Yeah.
DeFi is like the go ahead for what crypto should be, if that makes sense, or what it was supposed to be. But like
I see.
centralized exchanges, like how do I say it? Centralized exchanges make it easier for users to like buy crypto, sell, which is fair enough. Like it's really cheap, it's really easy to access. You can create an account in 3 minutes. It's quite simple. But like the whole thing of how it should be processed is that it should move on to DeFi or decentralized finance. And then you play around with it because it's custodial, right? Like it's your responsibility, your
Right.
accountability. It's not impacted by like an overarching authority such as
You're your
Binance
own
or FTX.
government. Yeah, yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Okay. Here's a little another tangent I'm gonna go on, and you let me know if I'm right or wrong. And
Okay.
I'm on your side here because you're the president of the Crypto
Oh,
Association,
okay.
and
Thanks,
it's
man.
something you can run with. So, like I grew up in Sydney, and back then, I mean, NFTs are like art, right? Non fungible tokens, like you said, the kitties. We saw the dog. These things are like Pokemon, right? They're okay, okay. So you catch my drift. Um, so when I was 5 or 6 or whatever, every end of the year, every Christmas, I'd be like, I want like these many Pokemon cards, or every other week, right? Um, and now, just recently, maybe like a month ago, I go to a store in Singapore, and like the Charizard, from back then, the first original 150 Pokemons is like 600 bucks. And it's kind of like an NFT. It's shiny. So now crypto's gone down. Probably, would you say that NFTs aren't as expensive as they once were?
Yes, absolutely. I don't want
Right.
people to take this as financial advice per se, but I really like the tangent you're on because I fully agree. It's literally just
Okay.
digitalized Pokemon cards. It is because it's like,
There
like
you
I
go.
get it. There's like that sort of differentiation that they're digital, so it's you can just screenshot it. But I think but I think that's kind of like that's a very insecure argument because like you can't sell it, you can't do anything with it other than expose the fact that you can screenshot it. Like me, like if I had
Yeah.
like an NFT that's worth like $100,000. Someone screenshots, I'm like, cool. Yeah, keep the screenshot, but I'm the one making money from it. So I don't care. You can like use it as much as you want, but like I'm the one who's deriving utility. I'm the one who's like benefiting. You're just some random in the internet who wants to hate because you haven't done your homework and you don't know what you're doing. Simple. Like I have
How are
no.
you generating this utility? How are you using it? How are you getting that money when people view it, or what? Because okay, let's talk about a traditional structure, right? There's the Mona Lisa. Somebody goes to a museum, they pay $5, 100 people go, that's $500. The museum makes $500 that day, right? Is this how it works if you had an NFT that you created and somebody on the metaverse? I mean, we know the metaverse isn't doing too well, but in an ideal situation, somebody goes on the metaverse on Meta,
Yep.
or Web3 or something like that, and they
Yep.
pay to see your NFT. Is that how you make money off of it?
Yes, so that's just one of the ways, right? Like there's so many different ways you can like make money, you can monetize from NFTs. One of the biggest
Right.
ones is like you said, metaverse. I think that's huge, right? Like it can be subscription based. It can be like, I want to go view this NFT gallery. You can be like $3 per thing. And like as tech
Okay.
advances, like all these transaction fees, which are so expensive now, will get super cheap. So to pay $3,
Right.
it won't be like the transaction fee is $30 in itself. It'll get really cheap. The other thing is there's a lot of other ways. One of the biggest ones is gaming, right? Um,
Yes.
Gaming has been absolutely insane, especially in a country like the Philippines, like Southeast Asian. Like these guys are getting
Mm.
scholarships and stuff, and they're earning like 3 times their national salary average by just playing a video game that's based on NFTs. Like it's
Yeah. One of
insane.
my good friends actually. Yeah, he lives in an apartment now with his girl. He's a professional gamer. Um, and I was a bit stupefied by that, but now that you bring it up, it makes sense. I mean, it kind of validifies that point, right? It validates
Yeah,
it. Did you
yeah.
know that Grand Theft Auto is like a cultural juggernaut, and that um, a producer in Hollywood wanted to sell rights to make an Eminem Grand Theft Auto, but they declined because they're that powerful in that
Yeah.
space.
Oh,
So
is
that's
this the
crazy.
movie that you're talking about? Like they were gonna
Yeah,
make a movie
something
or
like
something.
yes, the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Yes. Oh, so you read the news. Okay, great.
yeah,
We're on the wavelength here.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
So let's do a roundup. Singapore FinTech Festival. How was it?
Oh, you know what? Audience, look at me. Look straight in my eyes right now. You have to go. Okay. You just have to go. Like the experience I had was like,
2023.
oh yeah, I'm already camping outside. Yeah, I'm sitting outside the expo right now. Yeah. Bro, yeah. It was so good.
Okay.
Like people I met, the things I did. So like just a bit of context on why I was actually there. So obviously I'm part
Yeah.
of UNSW. I am a
Yeah.
research assistant and I help curate like a blockchain report. And yeah, it was basically going beyond the confines of crypto, explaining use cases for enterprises, de-raveling myths, all that amazing jazz. And yeah, we got to present it at the festival under Blockchain Association of Singapore, PAV, which was absolutely
Right.
insane. Have like 20, 30 minute like speech. And we just like got there and there was like good attendance rate. And that was just one of the highlights. The other one was the fact that like I went there and I sort of saw all these super influential people speak and do all these things.
Like
Like
who? Like
this.
who?
Oh, so there was Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum. That was insane. Then there was CZ,
Okay.
the founder of Binance, who ended up doing that to FTX.
Oh,
So that's quite
he
funny.
was there. I didn't know that.
No, so he wasn't physically there. He was virtually, so like he was on the screen, but he still like
Okay.
participated, right? Like he spoke about stuff, stable coins, I believe. And then there
Right.
was this CTO of Coinbase, and there's like all these people from MAS, Monetary Authority of Singapore, like yeah, and there's this
Sorry.
guy called Roshan. Roshan, yeah, he was awesome
Me.
as well. Yeah, he was,
Wow.
he was pretty good. And then yeah, like just networking left, right, center, just meeting all these people, getting connected to Australian teams and partnerships and stuff. Unreal. Like
Did
those
you
3 days were absolutely awesome. Yeah.
did you ever get your Australian, what's it called? Your there was a t-shirt that we were supposed to get. What was it called?
Oh yes, yes, yeah, yeah. So I think it's in the washer now. I would have got it out, but it's like basically
Oh,
like
so
Steve Irwin, and it's like Steve Irwin at the front who's like morphed in with a koala, and then like at the back there's like a QR code you can scan, and like when you do it, it turns into like a digital T-shirt. So it's like
so you're
yeah.
actual the Steve Irwin, like the actual animal whisperer, or what's his title? I don't know, but
Yeah,
he's
you know
the
what?
talker, right?
That's perfect. Animal Whisper. I love that. Yeah, yeah,
He
stick with
is
that.
the animal whisperer.
Yes, yes.
Have you seen his son on Jimmy Fallon? He talks to like reptiles and birds, and they fly over to him and have
Yeah,
a snack.
I don't know. It's
He
just
is
a
the
family. It's
animal
just
whisperer.
genetic, man. But yeah, it's crazy.
So,
Yeah, that was
so that's interesting. Yeah, the family of animal whisperers.
awesome.
So that's interesting. That goes back to your point that if you get famous enough, no matter what you do, you can kind of license out your brand to these NFTs. They can use it, they can sell it, or give it out at the FinTech Festival. Not only will it generate brand awareness, but
Yeah.
in the future, you can get paid off it through crypto, which you can then exchange for actual money.
Yes, that is correct. That is perfect. I'm stealing that description. Good thing I'm recording this. All
You're
right.
welcome. So, what's your plan? Are you making an NFT, or what's the deal here?
Me personally, no. Right now my stance on like this whole investing thing is quite hold. Like I'm sort of DCS, like dollar
Okay.
cost averaging. I'm quite like just incrementally
Ah,
buying more at like a cheap rate. I'm not really going super hard or anything. Like I'm not actively day trading or anything like that. For
right.
now, in terms of projects, not really. Just not really, to be honest. I don't really have like that ambition to create one yet. You never know, something might happen in
Okay.
the future. But for now, it's just
Yeah.
UNCB, the Crypto Society, pump out events left, right, center, keep it going, keep the trend going upwards. So, yeah,
Cool, dude. That's basically it. Kind of sums up our conversation as well, like that we had in person when we were having lunch, because I was kind of showing you songs, showing you art. So if you do create something, I guess let me know, and then maybe I can like add a voice or come up with some artwork. You're gonna meet that guy that we spoke to from Melbourne. You said I kind of overheard as I was talking to the Australian shaman that yes, we met like an Australian shaman dude. That you're going to Melbourne for a tour, is that right?
yes. So I'm actually going next week. There's a thing there called
Oh,
NFT Fest, and it's basically
wow,
like just every NFT degenerate you can ever think of. And apparently, he's gonna have like 5,000 attendees. I'm like, what the? It's crazy. It's
wow.
like, yeah. So it's gonna be unreal.
Why do you call yourself a degenerate?
Oh man, that's you gotta rep it, dude. That is just is what it
Okay.
is. Like you just gotta make the most of it. I mean, in other words, it's like
What does that
too
even
boring
mean?
for
I
me.
don't even know what it means. What is a degenerate? DE means separate. Oh, I get it. It's like DeFi, decentralized. Is that like the tangent you're
Yeah,
on, or?
yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Cool, dude. Uh yeah. So for whoever's watching this, Yuvraj sent me the Zoom link, and he's gonna send me the file, and then you can post it wherever you want to post it. I think just with people I work with, because I work for a traditional brokerage firm, right?
Yeah.
But we were also at FinTech Festival exploring the space, and I wanted to learn more about it. And I just wanted to catch up with you, and maybe I get to do this with more people, do a walk around where I live, see a cute dog or two, and catch
Oh,
up.
amazing. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Awesome.
I think for next, you know what? Next year's Singapore trip, what's it called? For the festival, we'll see each other again. Just yeah.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. All right, Yuvraj. Till next time, dude.
All right. Thank you for having me on. See you, man.
Take care. Bye. Yeah.
See you.